Hello, I'm Brian Durlow with Frog Creek Partners, and right now we're going to show you how to put a gutter bin drop inlet filter into a catch basin. So what we have here is we have the UGF that's pre-assembled. The sliders are on and it's all together, and we have a filter hanger over here on the ground and the curb. And I have removed the bent grate. This is a combination drop inlet. This is a bent grate. I just recently removed this. It's a fairly shallow catch basin. I don't know if you can see it. It's only about 1.5 feet deep or so. I'm going to go ahead and step in here. And the tools, the PPE that I'm going to use today is I always have a pair of safety glasses on me. I've got a mask in case it's really dusty or we got coronavirus stuff going on. I've got leather gloves, knee pads, and definitely steel toe boots. Now, as far as tools go, it's very simple. All we need is a punch. This is a 1/8 inch tip. We got the hammer and the scraper. So again, like this is pre-assembled. I'm going to take the scraper and clean off the outside lip so we don't have any obstructions. One other piece of PPE I want to mention is we got cones all the way around here. It's about 6:30 in the morning. We got some activity around, but we want to make sure we keep the pedestrians and the cars away from our work area. Okay, so this is the UGF, the under grate frame. It's pre-assembled. This is sliding. It can slide in and out. And it's a bent grate, so we have these extra pieces right here. Normally it's just 4 corner pieces, but because it's bent, we get these extras. So I'm going to get out of the hole. Okay, so it's a little bit big. Right now on one side, it's a little bit short on the other. So I'm gonna stretch that out, bring those in. Right there. That's a good fit, and we wanna make sure that that bend piece is kind of centered right on the bend. And it's right up against the edge. Now I'm gonna take a Sharpie, and I'm going to mark where each place this overlaps. Overlap there on the long axis right there. There's an overlap. Okay, I'll pull this back out. I know exactly where that should be. I'm gonna be like dwarf on gutter bins here, putting this thing together. So I've got the my marks. See, I've got a mark right there, so I know that lines up right there. That lines up. Now I know, now these are the hammer tabs. These are the locking tabs. When I push this tab through to the bottom, it's gonna go through one of those. And then that's gonna lock. This is pretty well attached. That one will knock through. But you wanna take that all the way through. There's a small little half moon shape right there. So that's kind of a peephole that you can see through. So, and when you line these up, that black line right there, if you don't have any that line up perfectly, make sure you err on just slightly on the small side. So I've moved that about 1/4 inch in, like that. Right there, that's actually perfectly lined up right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that and knock that through. And then this one is, I'm gonna line up as well. So I've got the little black line right there. So I find the line. And I'm only gonna do one. I can do, it's opposing. So these won't line up. They're slightly off center right there. So you can, those two will match up and those two will match up. So I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Find the black line. There's a black line right there. So line that up and make sure you at least cover it. Try to cover that black line. Otherwise it's gonna be a little bit big. So I'm gonna move that in just a little bit and cover that so I've got a little space. And now for the long side, line these up. There they are. So I don't have any that line up perfectly. I'm just going to make it a touch smaller. There we go. Now we got one that lines up. Let's push that in there. Make sure those are sandwiched together nice and tight. Okay, cool. Got some line up there. Good action. Now, step out of the hole here. This should fit. Yep, good. Look at that. It's a perfect fit. It moves just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that back out. And I'm going to double lock it now that I'm happy with that. So it's going to be the opposing corners right there. Getting close here. Make sure those line up. By double locking it, we're going to keep it from kind of torsionally twisting. Okay, good. So that is secure. So you got the 4 sliding mechanisms. You can see what it looks like on the back. Those just knock through. Sometimes these do fall off. I'm not going to pull them off right now. We got our chain stays up here. So now we're going to attach our filter hanger. Again, this is the filter hanger. We've pre-attached these chains so the hammer tabs come up and lock in there. And now I put this. This catch basin is really shallow. It's only 1.5 feet deep. So, and we have an outlet pipe of about 12 inches. So I'm going to make the overflow fairly short. And the chain comes up through the center, up through the middle big hole, down. And I'm going to set that so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 chain links in between there and the end. Once I set that, I'm going to hammer that up. So again, through the center, down through the top hole. I'm going to count about 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to bring it up one more, like that. And then down here, there's a little hammer tab. See that hammer tab again? I'm just going to take that chain, put it over the top, and hammer it into place. Come up through the center, down through there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then one more, up through the center, down through. If you know the exact dimensions of your catch basin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can do a lot of this pre-assembly in your own shop and save the time. I would definitely try to pre-assemble the UGF. Okay, so we've got these two together right now. That is, I'm going to bring that up just one more. So the UGF and the filter hanger are connected right now. The drop inlet is, we have a very small overflow right now because this is such a small outlet pipe. And we can adjust this while it's in the hole. I'll show you how we can do that. Okay, so look at that, it's in the hole. It's hanging there very well. And we got a nice overflow right there. And it's pretty level. I'm just gonna go ahead and level this up. I can pull this overflow chain up like that to get a nice even, because even if we're in a steep hill, like we're in San Francisco, we can drop that side of the overflow down and leave this level. It's a really good fit. It fits very well back and forth. We don't have much room down below, but that's the nice thing. We got a couple of flexible Mundus bags, which I'm going to talk about here. That's ready to go. It's ready to sit in there. It's ready to filter some water. Now, these are the different filtration medias that we're going to offer our client here. This is the Mundus bag, TDS. Mundus is a Latin word that means clean world. TDS is trash, debris, and sediment. So this has a anchor assembly, handle, backflow preventer. The main filtration element inside this bag is a geofabric. This is going to capture 212 microns or larger. This is mainly a one-use bag, or we have the vac truck friendly, or this can go in there. And this bag can be used repeatedly. It's a nice durable fabric. It's going to capture 600 microns or larger. But we're going to go ahead and go with the TDS today. So let me show you how you put the Mundus hoop in here. This is the Mundus hoop. It is round, but it is bent. Has a little 11-degree angle right there. So you'll see the handles right there, and we got a draw cord. I want to make sure this bend is aligned with the handle right there. So I'm just going to put it right over the top. I'm going to take it all the way around here, just like that. It goes around the outside, just like flipping a sock over a bracelet. So that's the Mundus bag. And this is the backflow preventer. So it's like a crab trap for grass, for crab trap for trash. What goes in won't come out. We can tighten that up a little bit so it opens during a storm. Now, how do we seal this? This is a very shallow catch basin, but the outlet pipe is right over here. So that bag can sit in there like this and still capture trash. But of course, I do want to seal one end of it. We use a couple different means to seal the Mundus bags. Our preferred method is the zip tie. This is a high quality zip tie with a metal tooth right up there. If you're going to use zip ties, we will send one with the Mundus bag, but make sure you use high quality, otherwise they may break or whatever. Stainless steel wire or even carbon steel wire works good. We put one through the hole, and I like to put it through both sides. Flip that around. And then I've just got, pull that nice and tight. That bag right there, that's a 13-inch bag. I know that because it has an orange handle on it. That will hold probably about 200 pounds of sediment. This site is probably going to capture more trash than it will sediment. So now I know that the bent part of my hoop is aligned with the handle. There's a bent part of that receiver right there. Just drop that in there. I'm going to move it to the side. I'm just going to move the tail to the side there too. It goes in. I take the handle and I can loop that over. And now it's ready for filtration. It's ready to go. So we can just pull that cast iron grate right over the top. And we're probably going to install a curb inlet screen right here to prevent any large trash from going in there. But this is how you install the drop inlet filter portion of the gutter bin. Thank you.